You mean to tell me you got all these options and you pick the Cheesecake Factory? Oh, you're lazy. You take me to Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, flagrant foul. You're out of here, buddy. I personally think dinner and a movie could be a cute first date. Your house.
Whoever created this list, I just need to say thank you. Somebody had to say it. The only thing you forgot to add here was a walk date. I'm so excited to provide my feedback on these locations.
Cheesecake Factory, if I can't make a decision on where I want to eat, you think I'm going to make a decision on what I want to order at Cheesecake Factory? There's like 1,000 things on that menu. No, we're not going to Cheesecake Factory on our first date. First of all, I've had really bad experiences there and the food is not even that good and it's kind of expensive. So no, we're not going there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you crazy.
Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with the craziness of the TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming Culture Talk Show. That's right, that's what I'm doing right here for you today. And boy, oh, is this some crazy, wild, crazy stupidity. It's so funny. I had to do a video on this, you guys. You know I had to come out and do a video on this because this is like the latest little viral thing that's been happening with just the craziness of certain women nowadays. These feminists of this feminist movement, this feminazi movement. Yeah, it's really gone berserk. It's gone bonkers. It's gone out over a cliff. Okay, and what I'm here to do is basically, enlighten you guys who haven't seen this yet and everything to some of the things that go on in our society and the entitlement of certain people nowadays, whether it be men or women and everything. And in this case, it's women. Ladies and gentlemen, by all means, don't say this is not all women now. These are the woke, okay, liberated, supposed feminazi, feminist movement. Women are bosses now. We can do everything men can do, and then we want to be treated like princesses afterwards. Yeah. You can't have both. It's either you're being treated like a princess or you're being treated like a man. So pick one. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to get in today on TJ Quake's Ghetto Game and Pop Culture. Thank you guys for coming in. I like all you new subscribers once again. Thank you for the love. What I do here on this show is basically, it's a show more about getting back to normal. And that's what my show's always about and everything. The political landscape nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, is what is affecting the everyday things that we do in our lives. Going to the movies, playing a video game, going to the park, going to a restaurant, going on a date. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, including going on dates. The political atmosphere of the Democrats and the Republicans and all this crazy, stupid stuff that we have to deal with on a daily basis seeps into our everyday lives, whether we like it or not. So I like to talk about it and see about how we can get back to the good old days, normalcy once again, where we're not saying them, theys, and theirs. All right. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here we once again, this has been going viral with this chick that I'm about to show you right now. We're going to get into her right now. Let me see. I'm going to pull her up. Okay, so I got this flavor up ready to roll here. Now, what you guys are about to witness right now is the entitlement of certain women that I call witches. Straight up witches. Okay, this is the woman. This is the type of women, men, and this is for a lot of you guys out there. This is for you fellas, and this is also for women nowadays to understand how men think and so forth, and how we're going to perceive you on something such as a first date and everything. Okay, now this woman, she thinks she's all that in a bag of chips. I got news for you. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ladies and gentlemen, no, you're not. When you act like this, the way what I'm about to show you right now, Oh, trust me, people, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about and everything. People like this, they need to look at themselves one more time in the mirror, take a double check. Ooh. That's what they need to be doing before they start talking the way this woman's talking. And we're going to let her do her little damage to herself. So, let's get into this. Without further ado, we're going to let you see this woman who went viral on TikTok, who basically went on a daggum date with this dude, right? The guy picks her up in his car. He's a nice, cool dude. He wants to take her out on a first date, mind you. He decides to take her to the Cheesecake Factory. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have been hearing about all this Cheesecake Factory stuff, and we're not to take a woman on a first date. Well, it really depends on the woman, first of all, and what's wrong with getting to know somebody over a simple, nice little meal at a place called Cheesecake Factory, which by no means, ladies and gentlemen, Cheesecake Factory is not a place where it's inexpensive. It's quite expensive at Cheesecake Factory. And I don't get the problem. But she has a problem with it because I'm a queen, and you need to treat me like a queen. Okay, let's go into it. I'm not going to keep talking about it. Let's get into it and so forth. And you guys see for yourselves on the craziness. And we'll get into and talk a little bit more about this. And we got some other little flavors on what other people think about this nonsense that's going on with this new thing about, they got a list, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to show you a list of what their demands are for a first date. Oh, it's rich. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Let me go and mute this, and you guys can see this shiz.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a...
What's the problem with that? I'd like to know what's the problem with the Cheesecake Factory. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sister, and yeah, there's certain things to say about certain sisters that act like this. Yeah. It's a whole nother story when it deals with certain sisters that are like this. And trust me, there's a lot of them out there, which is why I used to have a problem dating most of them. Okay, continue, Miss Queen.
Chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Okay, his first mistake, ladies and gentlemen, and this is for you gentlemen out there. When a woman acts like this on your first date and she's having a problem with where you're taking her, especially like a spot like Cheesecake Factory, and so forth, and you're going to sit there and say, you want to talk about it? Hells to the gnaw. Kick her behind off on the roadside and call her an Uber.
She belongs to the streets.
Call this woman an Uber, please. There's no way in the world me and you be going continuing on with this date. It's over. Done. Oh, you show me you. Oh, I know you now. Oh no, we need to talk. Get your butt up in the car. Get up in his car. No, Cheesecake Factory. No. See, this guy right here, unfortunately, he don't know sisters. You can see this is a guy who's, he's not a brother, and so forth. So he don't really know sisters sometimes. This is how they act sometimes, especially these ones that think they're all that and bag of chips and a Gucci bag and all that other stupid stuff. Yeah, they mind you, when you dealing with a sister that's like this, immediately get rid of her. Take her butt home. Oh, I'm going to get in the car, right? And we're going to drive your behind right on back to your doorstep, and I'm going to drop you off like a bag of rocks. Let's get back to it, you guys. I promise I won't interrupt anymore.
So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted.
What did he say?
So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car.
What you did? What did I do that wasn't cooperative? I don't know. He opened the door for you like a gentleman, and he's trying to escort you out of the car so you can go into the Cheesecake Factory. That was the first uncooperative thing right there. I'm not getting out the car, is what you said. So that's uncooperative right there. If you ask me, what did I do that was uncooperative? Woman, this dude is wasting his breath. First of all, I wouldn't be trying to explain squat to this effer. But go on. Let's finish it off.
Car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay,
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. When
it's too early for that, but so maybe it's too early for him to be taking you out to some expensive joint that you want to go to. Maybe it's too early for that. You can't even hold the man's hand, but he's supposed to spend all kinds of money on your butt. And why is she videoing this? Anybody? She's up here purposely trying to put this boy on blast and already was recording from the get-go that she wanted just to humiliate the guy. She probably never really wanted to go on the date with the dude in the first place. She probably saw him and everything. She's like, oh, he ain't even tall for me and whatever. And trust me, there's probably more to this than meets the eye, ladies and gentlemen. But let's keep it going.
I got to your apartment to pick you up. You didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
we're not there
yet. Okay. And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my plan. Where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
Got him! Got him!
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well.
Oh, so she has an excuse now for her. She has an excuse for her not being able to be ready on time. This man not even got there on time. Expected you to be ready at 4 o'clock. He has to wait an entire freaking hour for your behind to get downstairs and be ready for a date that he's going to pay money for, mind you, and everything. And the first thing I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, wait, we'll get back to the video. Okay. First thing we got to say right there. I love the fact that when she said, well, why don't we go there? Why don't we go into that? And he said, no. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for not being a simp. Because at first I was wondering about you a little bit. Hey, you're kind of simping up, dude. You know, having to explain yourself and all this stuff. Because this woman, there wouldn't have been no explaining. The date would have been done. I would have treated this girl like dirt. Dirt. But let's go on. It's not about me.
Enough to invite you up into my apartment,
And
that is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing.
I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore? That's right. Chivalry is dead. And women killed it.
Wow. That's a lot to take in. Now, from what I heard, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the date, and the boy, I'm going to give him some more props because he finally pretty much said in the what happened. I don't have the full thing, but I got the rest of the recipe on the video. Basically, he kind of put her in her place towards the end. He kind of like basically said, yo, this is a first date, and I ain't spending all this money on a first date. Kind of like what he was saying right there. He said, well, we're not really an item yet, or I don't think I should have to spend that much money on you at the beginning of a first time date and everything, which makes sense to me. We're just getting to know each other. We're just gonna, some chatting up, get some data on each other, figure out where we're at, and so forth, and that's that.
If you can go to.
Let's see. Wait, that's Tatum. We're gonna get to Tatum here in a second because I like the this list that comes up, right? And this list that Tatum's got. Wait, Tatum.
If you're a baseball fanatic,
here we go. Now I'm gonna show you guys this list. Right, this is the new list that these women all got together on and decided they're going to put together to show what we're not to take a woman on a first date. And this is a list that these women all came up with. This is a don't be taking a woman on no first date to this spot, not to this spot, not over here, not doing this and everything. Some of them I'll agree on, and we'll go through those real quick. And so forth. But we're going to show you this list so you guys can all see what we're dealing with nowadays in today's day and time of trying to go out and date. This is why motherfuckers can't go. This is why they got that thing called passport bros that all these women on TikTok are all complaining about. All those Filipino women over there, they're being used by these men, and y'all stupid for letting them come over there. They just mad because the Filipino women are taking care of or being more of what a man wants. They're being more of a woman that's nurturing and caring and takes care of the man. When the man's done a good hard day's work, comes home and she's got his dinner made for him. She's got all these things. They don't like this. Oh, because it's making them look bad and everything. And you be seeing some of these women on here that are complaining. I can see why you guys don't have any dates, because they look like monsters. Woo! But yeah, so I'm gonna show you this list real quick. Look at this list so you guys can see this shiz, because this is crazy. Look at this list. If I can get this list up. Ladies and gentlemen, now I don't know if you guys can see all this right here. So obviously at the top of the list here, we got Cheesecake Factory. Right? Number one. Then there's Applebee's. Oh, no, can't go to Applebee's. Can't go to Chili's. No, that Chili's, what's wrong with Chili's? And everything, Chili's got some good food. They got good, nice little atmosphere. You can have a little conversation. A lot of people go there. Chipotle, hey, want to keep it simple. This is a get to know you people. This is, mind you, this is a get to know you date. We don't even know each other all that well yet. But I can't take you to Olive Garden. Olive Garden's on there. Olive Garden's a nice spot. I take my mom there on Easter Sundays and everything. We all have a nice little meal over at Olive Garden. How long the line is? Sometimes the wait time to get in like places like Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden. Yeah, these are not just like, little places on rinky-dink spots. People got to be put on a waiting list for these places. So it's not no rinky-dink spot. And during those type of holiday weeks, Valentine's, all these type of things like that, and everything, man, you better call your shiz in, or you might never get a spot. Yeah. And the Olive Garden ain't no joke. Olive Garden's got great food, but nope, can't take her on a date at Olive Garden. Nope, can't do that. My favorite, because I'm a movie goer, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm a movie goer. The reason why me and my wife are together today, and my beautiful wife, Michelle, bless her soul. I call her bubblegum lips because she got the most juiciest bubblegum lips. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Anyway, you know what turned me on about my wife? Our first date was actually, we came to her house. I came to her house, and she had like a little dinner. She fixed like a little dinner thing, and it was like she wanted to have we did a little night of movie watching and so forth. Because I was going to bring some movies over, and when I had like 4 little movies. I thought, oh, you want to see some? Have you ever seen these movies? And she's like, she's doing movies. So I was like, cool. Let's watch these. We want to watch these movies together. She said, yeah, we'll have a little dinner and all this. I was like, cool, that sounds great. And everything, right? This was our first date. And everything. Man, I came over, I didn't ever even want to leave, dude. And so forth. She had a movie selection. A movie selection that was bigger than Blockbuster. I was like, she had movies over here in these casings, and two big wall units full of movies. I was like at Disneyland. I was like, oh my gosh, you got all these movies. I brought these 4 things and I had something. She was like, oh yeah, you can pick any one of these you want. What'd you like to see? I was like, what do I like to see? Good Lord. Yeah, so, man, I had a great time, dude. And we got to know each other and all that stuff. So that was like our first little date that we had. You know, it was simple. We watched some movies. Now, going to the movies, I like going to the movie theater. I love the movie theaters. And so what's wrong with a good movie, a good flick? If you guys are both into movies, and that's the reason why you kind of discuss the date a little bit before you go and so forth. Some of you guys might want to do that. I mean, before you maybe go on the date with some of these women. If they're talking about, oh, I really like going to the Ritz-Carlton restaurant. Yeah, well, you know, my meals have to be at least $150 a pop in order for me to go to any eating spot. I'd be like, well, it was nice knowing you. Time to go. Good luck on your next date. And off I go. But yeah, that's what these women. So you got this. You got your house. Now, that's, you know, that's not one normally that people would do, you know, on a first date. Mine's was kind of that way, but that was invited by you know, my wife and everything. She wanted to make a little dinner thing and have a little movie night, and I thought it was cool. So she suggested that, but I wouldn't suggest that normally for guys to go and say, hey, you want to come over to my house? Yeah. So that one I understand. Number 7, any fast food chain, you know, depends on what's the budget. What's the, you know, you got that Buffalo Wild Wings. What's wrong with that? I've been on dates at Buffalo Wild Wings. I went on a date there, spent money, and guess what? The date turned out horrible. And so forth. I spent my money on Buffalo Wild Wings and everything. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? That date was one time. So if I would have went to this big old hefty, beautiful restaurant and spent $200 and so forth, and then the girl was like, yeah, you know, I'll call you, don't call me. I just wasted $200. For what? Didn't even get to hold the girl's hand? This girl didn't even want him to hold her hand. And so forth. He said, well, first of all, I couldn't even hold your hand. Well, it's not that serious yet. What do you mean it's not that serious yet? Can't hold your hand. I'm about to spend money on you. I can't even hold your hand? Like, wow. And everything. You know, all this beautifulness. You're flaunting all your shiz in front of them. If you notice in the beginning of that video, on that first video, her breast all popped out and whatnot. All her breasts out and shiz. I'm like, where is that at? And so forth. Where is that at? I got to find that again. And everything. Girl got a breast all popped, bustled out.
Facebook, yo.
Let me see if I can find that. There she is.
Yeah.
You know, all this beautifulness that she's talking about.
This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant.
See, now this woman here, as you could see, everything, she got her shiz all flaunted out and so forth, you know, all bustling out Breasts is just all populated and so forth. You know, look at that. All, you know, she kept moving her hair like she got all this. You know, ladies and gentlemen, just to mind you, her hair is this short. You should see her in her follow-up video where she's all crying and complaining about the fact that everybody's giving her backlash against this date video that she put up on purpose to humiliate this guy and everything. Oh, she don't like the backlash she's getting. Oh, it's coming at her left and right. Even the news media has picked it up. Oh, that's how bad it is. That's how bad this was. I'll show you that real quick. But she's all, you know, got her shiz all popping, and she's doing this and flinging her hair, and you know, all in this beautifulness. You know, you gotta pay up to be able to be in the presence of this. I'll be like, woman, please. You ain't God's gift to all women. Or man's gift to all women. God's gift to man, to whatever. You ain't all that, girl. What are you trying to say? You know how many times I ain't gonna find women to blow your behind away? Shoot. My wife destroys this woman. Destroys her and obliterates her. And everything. Please, woman. You must be out your last mind. And everything. But yeah, this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Stupidity. She thinks she all that, but she ain't all that. And nobody's gonna spend all they whole check on you for a first date. They don't even know you yet. You won't even you won't even let them hold a hand. Had to wait outside for an hour for your funky behind to get down. Well, I had overtime on my work, and I had to do this and do that, and blah blah blah. Because you have been considerate and at least let the man know that before you call him up and say, hey, I'm running a little late, whatever. I remember, girl, when I came late 10 minutes, the girl was tripping. She says, already off to a bad start. I was like, dang. I got there 10 minutes late and so forth. And she was already ready to call the date off. I was about to say goodbye. Well, get rid of kick rocks then and everything. But you're so sensitive to stupidity and so forth. And you noticed that the guy was being cool with her and everything. You an hour late. And so forth, he come to pick you up, and he didn't trip at all. He didn't complain. He didn't say nothing. He had no gripes. He was still coming out the car. He said, well, I'm going to proceed with this here date, and I'm going to and keep it going. And let's see where this goes. It didn't even go anywhere. He had to take her butt right back home. He said, we're not going to any of these spots. She says, why not? Because I barely know you, just like you just said. You can't hold my hand. This ain't a better enough restaurant. Well, then I barely know you. I could go and spend all my money on some hype restaurant, and then you kick me to the curb in the next second. And say, oh, it was nice. Were you going to hold his hand after the date at a nice restaurant? Would you have held his hand then? Would he have gotten an opportunity to, maybe, I don't know, give you a little kiss on the cheek or something, a little hug maybe, and so forth? Would he have been able to do that? Probably not, and so forth. Because he was being a gentleman anyway, and he was trying to be respectful to you, and you up there freaking clowning him on the internet, and you thought that was going to work for you, didn't you? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That stuff didn't work for her. So, matter of fact, it got so bad for her that even the news media picked up on this mess. And Steven from ESPN, he had something to say about it too. You guys got to check this out. Go on, let's go into this next little clip, and we'll call it. But I had to bring some clarity to all this nonsense. So let's go ahead here and play.
Acceptable places to take a woman on a first date, going viral on the social media platform X, formerly known, of course, as Twitter.
Yeah, it's leaving men stumped on where else they should take the woman. The first 6 places are popular restaurant franchise chains like Applebee's, Chili's,
I want my baby back.
Olive Garden, and the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, first of all, Olive Garden.
Yeah.
All you can eat breadsticks, salad soup. I mean, that's a value, Megan.
By the way,
What's
producer Fawaz, who made this list? Is this just going viral? Is it like on Reddit or something?
Now, as you guys can see, they have the list too. And again, and you guys probably see better lists on their channel right here. Wingstop, Red Lobster. Dude, I love Red Lobster. It's like one of my favorite restaurants and everything. You know what I'm saying? A buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym. Okay, I don't see nobody taking someone to a gym unless you both are workout fanatics and everything. Church, no, I don't think you go on a date on a first church. Who takes a date on a church to a church? So I don't know why they even listed these things like that. What guy takes you on to his church? Starbucks. Well, coffee dates. What's wrong with that? Sometimes what I used to do back in my dating days is I would do something like a little coffee date, a little place, like a little spot where you can go and get coffee and get your favorite coffee and whatnot, and just shoot the breeze with the person, see if they're interesting. Because there's a lot of times you go on these dates, man, and you guys know right off the bat you ain't into each other. So the most I spent was a little something on some coffee and a little Danish or something like that. Had a little conversation, shook hands, said, okay, it was nice day. Well, we'll catch up maybe. And that's the way it was, no foul. And I didn't spend a whole mega load of money on someone who doesn't even want to be with me, or I don't even want to be with them, and so forth. You kind of find out little things about each other in that first conversation. And this woman right here showed herself on the first date. Right when how she was acting on the first date, dude, I would have been like, oh, hell no. Soon as she was like talking about she didn't want to get out the car because this is the Cheesecake Factory. You don't take no beautiful woman like me to the Cheesecake Factory. Is you sick? Man, she know good and well if that was a brother, she wouldn't have been acting that way, because she knows good and well brothers wouldn't have even put up with that shit. 1 second, we would have kicked her behind out the car. Get the step in then, wench. I can say other words, but I'm trying to keep it, child friendly. So forth. Get on. Let me call you an Uber real quick. You can step right out on the sidewalk. You don't need to dirty up my car no more. Take your old fancy little stanky butt on out and kick rocks. And I did that one time. Let me tell you, I'll give you guys one little sample of one of my dates, but we're going to get back to this. Matter of fact, we'll get to this and I'll tell you about that little knick-knack. So, because I don't want to, keep it going too long.
Okay, so women weighed in. Okay, so includes, Cheesecake Factory, all those. Any fast food chain
okay,
also.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
A big no.
That's a good time if there's a good game on.
Other places mentioned include movies, the gym, a bar for drinks, coffee or ice cream dates and sporting events. Pretty much these women listed everything there is to do. Clubs and hookah lounges also made the list.
Now think about that. They listed literally everything there is to do. Bowling, this, that. I mean, all the fun activities you could go and do. These women don't want to go on them because they all think they all that. It's like, what, you uppity heifer. Like, who do you think you are? And everything. You ain't dadgum freaking Brooke Shields or dadgum the Kardashians. You ain't any of these type of women. And so forth. And even to say a little something about them, I don't know. But come on now. Let's get real, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, if you guys are having this type of attitude, I'm telling you right now, dudes are going to kick you to the curb. This is why guys used to do this thing we used to call hit it and quit it and everything. Because women like that hit it and then they be gone. They say, I ain't going to stick with this. Everything. I'll get about as far as getting to there and then I'm done. And everything. That's what they used to do. That's why dudes act like jerks. Because normally the jerk is the guy that always gets the woman. That's the reason why dudes will act like that way. Because when you try to be nice and cordial like this guy here, the little soft dude here and everything, you get stepped on. Carry on.
It got many men up in arms, including ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith.
First of all, what the hell is wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? Ain't nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Not only is there nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, the Cheesecake Factory ain't that damn cheap. By the way, I hear they have great salmon too. I hear
they have great salmon there too. And do I love me some salmon? Oh, my wife will tell you this much and everything, which my wife cooks the best salmon out there. Oh my gosh! And so she gets it nice and just a little grilled, where it's like it's kind of blackened a little bit on the bottom. It's all grizzly black with some little. Oh man, it's so delicious, man. Love my wife's salmon, dude. It's probably some of the best salmon, even better than some of these restaurants I go and do. My wife's salmon is off the chain. That's all. I'm gonna just say that and everything. But yeah. So this is what we basically are getting, ladies and gentlemen, is that the bottom line is, if you're dealing with women that act like this, kick they butts to the curb. Take it to the curb, dadgummit. they no good. They no good, they no good, they no good. Baby, you no good. Yeah. That goes for these. That song is not just for about men. It's about women too, and so forth. We both can tangle. It takes two to tangle, like they always say. And women like that, no, please. That's the reason why you're getting all these passport bros. If you guys have been hearing a lot about this lately, where they're going overseas to find their women, because the women here in America, in the West, and so forth like that, they act like this. And guess what? I guarantee you these women are going to be by themselves. That woman right there thinking she's all that, she's probably wondering why she's by herself, why she ain't got no man. And everything. Why she's constantly having to keep going on date after date after date and so forth. Because she's stuck up. She's stuck up and full of herself. Think she's Miss Princess Queen Annabella. No, woman, you're not Cinderella. You're more like Fuggerella. But anyways, you guys, this is what I wanted to show you guys, just these stupid women. And I'll leave you off on this one little last story that I had on a date. Everything. And I know my wife's probably going to be like, you always tell this story. But it's this truth and everything. I had this date one time, and it was with a sister. And this is the reason why I don't date very many sisters sometimes and everything. Not that all sisters act like this, but a lot of them be just like, they got attitudes, man. They be just tripping and so forth. So I get on this date, make this girl online, whatnot, and we're going to go out to like a little dinner and go to a movie. She agreed to go to a little movie and stuff like that. And she wanted to come down. She was from Riverside. I was in Orange County and so forth. So she drove down to meet me at the spot and everything. Now, here I am. I got to the date. I'm there on time and so forth. She's still not here yet. She's on the, so she finally calls me up and she says, hey, I'm running a little late, blah, blah, blah. Just letting you know I'm running late, but I should be getting off pretty soon off the whatever, this freeway, the 10 freeway or something like that. And so anyway, I was like, cool, no problem, whatever, and, I said, and I made like this like little joke. I said, come on, girl, we gonna get ready to get into this movie. I know you love some movies or something like that. I was making like some cool little funny little joke, and everything, and I real innocent, real just chill, nothing. And next thing I know, she gets her, she's like, She said, "Oh, you one of them jokester people. I need a serious. I'm looking for someone serious. You gonna have a serious attitude on this date? Or you gonna be like, all silly and so forth?" I'm like, going, what? I'm looking for a serious man. Somebody's got, his stuff together. I ain't looking for somebody who's a clown and stuff like that. I'm like, listen to this woman and go, oh, wait a minute. Oh, you want one of them gangster Negroes. That's what you want. Man, I was like, you want one of them? Okay, I'll give you one of them. So I got real gangster Negrofied on her behind. Oh, yes, I did. I said, oh, you mean something like this? Well, let me tell you what, little heifer and everything. Why don't you just take your black behind and turn it around and go back to where you came from. Go back home. It was nice talking to you, but this date is over. And she's like, excuse you? I'm almost here. How dare you try to tell me? I said, you heard what I said, witch. Turn your little funky behind back around and go back home. I ain't trying to date no. Is this serious enough for you? Is that serious enough for you? Is that the kind of Negro you wanted? You want the punk? Well, here's the punk. Goodbye. Click. Hung up on her A. I was like, well, you really? And I was just like, no, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not dealing with somebody who can't have a little fun time, can't be amused or laugh. This girl, the entire time I was talking to her on the phone before, when we say she was always just this real serious kind of attitude. Like you could already tell she was going to be one of these like uppity, stale kind of sisters. And I was just like, no. I don't know. But I was trying to give it the time of day and everything. And when she made that last comment to me and talking about, oh, I ain't trying to look for no silly Negroes and I don't want, and you better be serious. You're going to be trying to date me. I'm like, what? No, I'm not there. I'm not trying to date you. Take your butt home. I told her to take her butt home. She says, I drove already 45 minutes. Get over here. Well, then you're going to be driving another 45 minutes back home. Have a good day. Think this is, woman? I ain't no clown. I showed her what a real what a serious brother does. When you get serious with them, oh, they don't like that. Oh, now she's all butthurt. See, the nice guy left, and the dark-sided guy came in and started talking to her. I gave her what she wanted. And if that's what these women want, then that's what you're going to keep getting when you act the way you acted. That is my I guess, warning or advice to women like you out there that act this way. And for men that are taking women out like this, don't be suckers. Don't be simps. Straight up let them know, oh, this is how it's going to be. Okay, well, I'm going to let you know how I'm going to be and everything. Kick rocks. Next. And that's all there is to it. I don't need you and everything I could get. I got a whole bunch of other females I could have freaking went on a date with. So who are you? And so forth. Please. So miss me with that mess. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this was about. I thought it was kind of funny how these women put themselves out like that, and especially this woman like there and everything. You guys all seen how it is. And unfortunately, we got people out there like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not all women are like this. You got a lot of women out there, beautiful women that are real kind, sweetheart type women like my wife and everything, who take care, who are cool with you, who care about you and everything, who respect you. And so forth. And they just want to, they go on the date and they just want to go, and say, hey, thanks a lot for just, spending the time that you did to even spend money on me. You don't know me from Adam Scott and everything. And we got to know each other and hey, maybe we can proceed further. And guess what? In the next date, maybe I'm going to take you on a bigger date. And I got some season tickets to the such and such thing. You want to go? Sure. Now we're going on a bigger date because guess what? Now I'm getting to know you. You're somebody that now I'm willing to spend more of an investment into. You got to let the guy know that you're somebody that's worthy of him investing in. Likewise, fellas, you guys got to be gentlemen like that dude and open the door for the woman. Don't let this woman mess you guys up from being gentlemen. Still be gentlemen. And so forth. And open the door for the woman. Do old-fashioned stuff. That's what we need to bring back into our society that we're missing nowadays. This new younger generation don't know about that shiz. And so forth. It's unfortunate that we got this woke society now that's screwing everything up. And that's what my show's about, people. Bringing us back to normalcy. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is yo boy, TJ Quake, yo ghetto gamer. I hope you guys enjoyed. And please, if you guys did like what you guys seen here today, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and most of all, share the video. It definitely helps a brother out and helps the algorithms up. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, well, thumbs down. It's all good and everything. I love you all the same and so forth. And especially if you guys have anything you guys want to say, leave it in the comments. I'm all ears. Everything. All right, you guys, have a funky one. Have a great weekend. This is your TJ Quake. I'm out at 5,000. You know how I do.
Let's do this. TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer. Yeah. Here we go, yeah. I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on the gaming string. Bang, bang, blaze 'em on up. TJ Quake, we're bustin' like 1, 2, 3, here we go.